This week on the Spotlight, the quiet one, the thoughtful one. Manager Robin Ventura speaks out in a quiet manner. We'll talk to this man, Mr. Quintana. He's pitching pretty well. And then we go to Jack's in Lansing. Always a fun quiz show. And they're enjoying themselves. And we flash back to the 90s when Pax was a Bulls player. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago's sports teams are making news, this is the 23rd year of the Lansing Floral Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. Trivia at the Dirty Sock. You want to be there. Wednesday, June 13th, and again on June 27th at 7:30 p.m. It's at 93rd and Roberts Road. You can eat, drink, and play. It's good times at the Dirty Sock. They have great pizza, fun people. 93rd and Roberts. Be there. Want to get a haircut from a great hairstylist? Call mine, Rose Murillo, 312-726-2201. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Time to get to Tanks, a very fun bar at 124th and Western. They got the outdoor beer garden going strong in this beautiful weather. Beanbag games. They're open Monday through Friday at 10 a.m., Saturday and Sunday at noon. You can watch the Sox, you can watch the Cubs, your favorite NFL games, daily specials, Tanks 124th and Western.
Hi, my name is Rose, and I've been a skilled hairstylist for over 10 years. I specialize in men's haircuts and in corrective color. Come visit me at Salon 203 at 203 North LaSalle, 312-726-2201. And while you're at it, come in and get a shoe shine and a shave. It's a great place where a man can be a man. Since 1967, El Jardín has been serving the finest Mexican food. Before, after, or during ball games, located conveniently just 3 blocks south of Wrigley Field, 3335 North Clark. Whether there's a game or not, you still get hungry, and El Jardín has great service, great food, and great drinks. I've enjoyed every meal I've had there, and you will too. So get to El Jardín for great Mexican food at 3335 North Clark Street in Chicago. You'll be glad you did. We're back in the spotlight. We're talking White Sox baseball, and the guy at the helm, who certainly hasn't appeared like he's struggling with the position or learning on the job in any way, has been the calm, cool, and collected Robin Ventura. No, he has no managerial experience and no coaching experience, and here he is with a team 60 games into it in first. Just rather amazing. Let's take you and show you a little bit of that calm demeanor, which, and I know you've heard it like a broken record, 180 degrees different than recent regimes. Let's talk to Robin. He's so mellow, but it's working.
You guys got Quintana going tomorrow, so what's the plan of attack for Tanks?
He's going to throw again probably in a couple days, and then get a rehab assignment, and we'll kind of go from there.
As you start to get the personality of this team, can you compare it to maybe some of the better Sox teams you played on, maybe like the '93 division winners?
Well, it starts with pitching. I mean, we have guys that are doing well, and veterans. We got we have good leadership. So it's one of those. I don't know how to compare them to which ones. I just know we have a lot of good guys as far as leading by example guys, and some that speak out a little bit more than the others. So I like where we're at.
With Quintana, obviously he would fill in the spots if things are good. Do you have a plan for him past that, or are you just focused on
not yet. I mean, if John comes back, then he's probably the one to go down. So, but it's good giving him that opportunity to pitch and show what he's got. It's not like he's going to go to another organization. He's going to stay with us, and we're excited to have him.
I mean, would he cross your mind as a long reliever? You think he's better suited as a starter?
Right now, I'd rather have him as a starter in case something else happens. I mean, you never know what's going to happen with everybody we got. So, keep him stretched out as a starter. I think it looks more like one to be able to do that. He'll still be here and then go down and kind of have not a long outing, but more of a shorter one.
Now that you've seen Humber for 2 months, what do you think he needs to do to really achieve that consistency?
Well, I mean, just pitch better. I mean, he showed, glimpses of it. It's just being able to consistently do it. But, a lot goes into when he has a game like he had in Seattle that you come back and, there are distractions and different things. But, he has the ability. I mean, he showed it. And, I think he's going to get better. I think, now that the focus is back on, what he's doing, he'll be fine.
What are your reports on Morel?
It's kind of back and forth. Every once in a while, he still feels something. So we're going to keep him down there till it's a clean bill of health.
Beckham's a guy that came in with a lot of high expectations, obviously at a young age. He kind of had his ups and downs. What do you credit to him sort of being able to stay sort of even-keeled and battle? It doesn't seem like he's a guy that gets too high or too low.
Well, he's a tough kid. I mean, I think that's more of his mental makeup of being able to outlast it. And this game's a frustrating game when it doesn't go well. So for him to be able to consistently go through and stay with it and fight off all the negative stuff is a testament to his character. And that's important, just as important as his physical stuff is what's going on between his ears.
Rob, what did you take from the draft last night and what you saw from the
I didn't see anything.
Nothing?
I was at some bowling tournament, so I didn't see anything.
How'd you do?
I didn't bowl. I just walked around. So it was good.
What about the reports about the draft? Anything?
I haven't gotten anything. I know our first pick did a backflip. That's about all That's about it. So he's athletic.
Athletic gets his last backflip.
I hope so.
Do you know much
I hope
about
so.
Hawkinson?
No. I mean, we'll probably hear more about him in the next couple of days, but that's another department.
What kind of a team are you facing tonight? I mean, it's a tough Eastern.
It is a tough team, and they're in a tough division. They have some young players and up and coming players too. So they're a tough team. They have done a lot of damage to a lot of people. So again, we're just continuing to focus on what we're doing, and we know we're not taking anybody for granted.
When you're in the batting cage or around the batting cage and talking to some of your,
never in the batting
I know you're not in it.
Right.
When you're on the outside watching your guys and then you're talking to them and advising them, what are some of the tips that you give them that you think are going to bring them out of whatever kind of funk they might be in?
I think it's just more of talking what they're thinking. It's different for every guy. I don't have a magic pill or magic dust that you just throw on somebody and it changes. It's what they do, but it's staying positive and trying to understand what they're thinking when they go to the plate, and if there's any similarities that you can, it's either me or Manto or Harold or anybody else that has been in a similar situation that you can relate to them.
I understand you still have some skills with the bat. Earlier, we got some video of you hitting a ball into the one of the suites up there, right through the glass.
No, that was Harold. Harold did that.
Oh, that was Harold.
That was Harold.
Okay.
That was Harold.
He still has some.
He still has some skills. I do not. He has fungo skills. I don't.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But you can pitch the BP.
I can do that. I can do that.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Rob.
Milano's Pizza is the place to go and order from at 109th and Western. Like I said, pickup or delivery, 773-445-4010. Besides great pizzas, they've got lasagna, chicken parm, Italian beef, stuffed pizza. Open Monday through Wednesday at 3, Thursday through Saturday, 11 a.m., Sunday at noon. Milano's Pizza. Come play in the area's classiest billiard center, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet Avenue in Munster, 2 blocks south of 8094. Selling the most famous names of pool tables and billiard equipment. Specializing in table recovery and moving of tables. A complete pro shop with the most brand names of cues and cases. Celebrating over 20 years. Excellence. Top billiard tables. The place where the action is. Jukebox Billiards. 7910 Calumet in Munster. You've got to get to Shelton Fireworks the world's largest warehouse off Interstate 94, exit 22B in Porter, Indiana. Row after row of the best fireworks anywhere, from the little ones to the grand finales that'll end your show. Birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, in addition to the 4th of July. Just get over there to Shelton Fireworks now. Then you can reload by the time summer comes. Shelton Fireworks, I-94, exit 22B in Portage. Bring your car to Quick Stop Muffler and Brake at 95th and Pulaski, and they'll fix it right. They also do shocks and struts, free estimates. Call them at 708-423-3700. They're very thorough in their work, and they have very competitive pricing. Quick Stop Muffler and Brake, 95th and Pulaski. We're back on the spotlight. We're talking 2012 White Sox. I'd like to introduce you to a guy who's come in and pitched pretty well on, we would have to say, short notice situations. He's been in to fill in, and his name is Jose Quintana. He's got some nice left-handed pitching skills, and although I'm sure he desires to be a starter in this rotation one day, right now he's filling in for John Danks. And let's talk to him. He chose to talk in Spanish, so Danny Rios will translate, and we'll get you a little bit inside the thinking of and the mechanics and the happiness just to be in Major League Baseball of Mr. Jose Quintana. And Danny Rios will be translating our talk with Jose. And first question, Jose, I want to find out how you feel at the major leagues, and if you're surprised at how fast it's gone and how much you've done already.
¿Cómo te sientes estar aquí en las grandes ligas y cómo te sientes ya que tan rápido ya se está yendo la temporada?
Me siento muy contento de tener una oportunidad de estar aquí en las grandes ligas. Para mí es una gran oportunidad que me están dando y pues gracias a Dios estoy haciendo las cosas bien y espero seguir trabajando duro para que las cosas sigan bien.
He's honored to be here in the major leagues, and he was very thankful that he got the call to come here.
Tell us where you lived when you were 5 years old, 10 years old, and who you looked up to, what major leaguers that you wanted to copy.
¿Dónde estabas viviendo cuando tenías 5 o 10 años y a quién admirabas cuando estabas? ¿A quién admirabas de las grandes ligas?
Bueno, empecé a jugar béisbol desde los 10 años y siempre he admirado a Andy Pettit y pitcher zurdos en CC Sabathia, muchos de los zurdos que me gustaba cómo lanzaban.
I heard the Andy Pettit and the Sabathia, but you can tell me the rest.
Right, he admired them, Andy Pettit and CC Sabathia. He's amazed with the left-hander pitchers.
Tell us what pitches you throw, and when 2 strikes, what you like to throw.
¿Qué lanzamientos te gusta tirar y cuando hay dos strikes, qué te gusta tirar en esas?
Bueno, me gusta tirar todos mis lanzamientos, depende de la situación que tenga en 2 strikes para usar el lanzamiento, depende cómo haya llegado a 2 strikes con ese bateador. Y pues no, confío en todos mis lanzamientos, me gusta tirar mucho mi recta y mi curva.
He likes to throw the fastball and the curveball, but as far as like 2 strikes, he likes to throw any kind of pitches, but it all depends on the hitter.
Okay. When John Danks is healthy again and comes back, would you be happy going to the bullpen, or would you rather see more innings in the minors?
Cuando Danks regresa, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
Would you be happy going to the bullpen, or would you rather pitch more innings in the minors?
¿Querías regresar a los menores o...?
Estaría feliz de ir al bullpen. Bueno, yo creo que están aquí en Grandes Ligas, yo estaría feliz de ir al bullpen. La oportunidad es estar aquí en Grandes Ligas, pues lo que el manager y sus coaches decidan, pues yo voy a estar contento con eso. De todas maneras, lo único que yo quiero es la oportunidad y seguir haciendo mi trabajo.
He'd rather be in the bullpen, but it all depends on the managers, see what they want to do. But if Danks comes back, he'll rather be in the bullpen.
What has been his biggest surprise in the major leagues, in the majors or with the White Sox?
¿Cuáles fueron las grandes sorpresas que tienes aquí en las Grandes Ligas?
¿Las grandes sorpresas? Bueno, para mí fue una felicidad cuando me llamaron, fue una sorpresa para mí. Y pues los muchachos como me han tratado, pues siempre he estado contento con eso y pues me ha sorprendido bastante.
He just got excited and surprised when he got the call here with the White Sox, and everybody here with the players are treating him well.
Which opposing batter that he got out, maybe with men on base, may give him a good feeling that he belonged in the major leagues?
¿Cuál bateador te sorprendió que lo agarraste parado? Que fue uno de los dijiste que sí debo de estar aquí en las Grandes Ligas.
Bueno, cuando enfrenté a Johnny Damon, pues tú sabes, un tipo de recorrido y pues pude sacarlo out en varias ocasiones y me sentí que podía hacerlo aquí y que podía seguir adelante.
Johnny Damon was the main guy. Johnny Damon, as soon as he struck him out, he was like, okay, I do belong here.
Yeah, that was very good. What makes you think this team can be a first-place team and be in the playoffs?
What was that? I'm sorry?
What makes... Oh, he's going to answer. Go ahead.
Pues bueno, yo siento que el equipo está unido ahora mismo, que podemos llegar a los playoffs y pues yo creo que es trabajar día a día y seguir adelante solamente.
The team is very united, and you feel like if we keep on going, we go to the playoffs and go on to the rest.
Okay, we wish you buena suerte for todos el año and play in the playoffs.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kelly's Tavern has Benkowski Trivia near Sox Park at 44th and Wallace on selected Friday nights. It's usually 2 Fridays a month. Come out and play, bring some friends, have fun, tip back a few at Kelly's Tavern, 44th and Wallace. Be looking for you. Come play in the area's classiest billiard center, Jukebox Billiards, 7910 Calumet Avenue in Munster, 2 blocks south of 8094. Selling the most famous names of pool tables and billiard equipment. Specializing in table recovery and moving of tables. A complete pro shop with the most brand names of cues and cases. Celebrating over 20 years. Excellence. Top billiard tables. The place where the action is. Jukebox Billiards. 7910 Calumet in Munster. It's trivia at Jack's in Lansing near Ridge Road in Burnham, and we take it away with questions. In 2005, this group did Best of You. 14 weeks on the charts.
Nickelback.
Nickelback will be an answer later in the program. We go to Matadors.
What's the question?
Who did Best of You in 2005?
Foo Fighters.
It is Foo Fighters. It's an 80. And you go to 1,000. Miller Lite, number 2 song, 2004, Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Sure. Now you do.
5 seconds. Going. Sorry. We go to Pints. It is Green Day for 90. And the Pints to 980. Cold Steel on Ice. Last question of this section. 2003, Sunday. That's not it. We go to Stooges. 2003, Sunday.
You said YouTube? I thought Bloody Sunday. That's what I was. What's the song again?
SOMEDAY.
Oh, Sunday.
5
Not
seconds.
Sunday. I thought you said Sunday. Oh,
We go to the Matadors.
What's it worth?
5 seconds.
What's it worth?
What do you think?
What is it worth?
It's worth 100.
No.
Go. And Miller Lite is up. Miller Lite, who sang Someday in 2003? Someday, 2003. 5 seconds. Going. No. Pines, did you play this?
No. Sugar Ray.
Sorry.
Nickelback.
Cold Steel, you started?
Yeah.
The answer was Nickelback. And these are the scores. 3/4. Stooges 1050. Matadors 1000. You got the Pines at 890. Cold Steel 840. You're like 820. And now the end of the game with the final topics worth up to 3,000 points. Take it away. Name either one.
That's gay. Fuck out of here. Oh, that's gay.
5 seconds.
Yeah, that was true.
Go.
North side of town.
North side of town, I'm sorry. The answers were Rockin' Pneumonia and the Boogie Woogie Flu.
Oh, I like
and
it.
swaying to the music. And so you get 1,500. You improve to 3,130.
Serbian death metal needs to be a category.
And
no
now,
no Russians allowed.
Matadors
Hey, what are you training around here?
2012 Bulls, needing 2 to win. Your answer for the Matadors.
No Russians allowed.
Here we go. Question number 1. Of the 4 co-captains on the Bulls,
What?
name 3.
That's Eric Ramos.
Yes.
Noel Dang.
Correct. 5 seconds.
Carlos Boozer.
Correct. Joe can know the other. You have 500, and this is for the game. 2 current assistant coaches who were former Bulls players in the 2000s.
Pete Myers.
Not correct. The answers were Rick Brunson and Adrian Griffin. Last question for the game. For the game, please pay close attention. Mike James and Brian Scalabrine were current Bulls born in the 70s. Name the only other Bull born in the 70s.
Rip Hamilton.
Rip Hamilton is correct, and you win the game. So you won 3,200, and by a margin of 70, the Matadors get it done. So the final score is Matadors 3,200.
And my clothes might come off.
Pints 29. And we'll be back with more on the Spotlight right after these messages.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people. Have a tremendous time at Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine. You'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's. Go play at Red Shoes Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski in Alsip, featuring 16 Brunswick Gold Crown pool tables, drop fluorescent lighting fixtures, and the fabulous grade of cloth. Call 708-388-3700. That's Red Shoe Billiards, 12009 South Pulaski. Lanigan's Irish Pub is the place to be at 3119 West 111th Street, right by Kedzie. Live music on Sunday with Fast Eddie. Drink specials daily, including $1.50 domestic bottles on Thursday, $3 Guinness on Tuesday. Call for karaoke information on Friday. Party room, too. All that available at Lanigan's Irish Pub, 3119 West 111th Street on the beautiful south side of Chicago. Get there, Lanigan's Irish Pub. Lindy's Chili, Gertie's Ice Cream at 110th and Kedzie has it all. From fresh-made burgers, fries, hot dogs, chicken, turkey, Polish, shrimp, tuna, barbecue, ham, tamales, quesadillas. They've got salads and plenty of ice cream with Sunday's banana splits and seasonal favorites. Get all these things at Lindy's Chili, which is where I start, but I always get a little something extra, at 110th and Kedzie.
The resignation on the faces of the Atlanta Hawks was evident in the final minutes. In fact, in my opinion, it was evident in the latter half of the game. Despite the fact that the referees helped keep the game close, this game was decided fairly early, and it was the play of Michael and Scotty for the most part, and especially Horace on defense, that helped decide it.
Defense. Our defense wasn't the same the games we beat them early in the year. That's the difference.
Dominic, one of the things seems to be the three-pointers were key because they would get a man open. Nobody was there to put a hand in the face of the defender, of the shot.
Well, I tell you what, we had a lot of good shots. We had a lot of good shots. Shots that rolled in and out. We got some down low that rolled in and out. We got in the paint. Missed shots.
Another key is the bench play. The Bulls bench has been outplaying your bench right now.
Their bench been playing well, very well. I have to give them credit. Guys like Purdue, Chucker coming off the bench, Paxson, Williams, all those guys are playing well for them.
Well, it's a matter of knowing what the playoffs are all about, and we're a pretty good defensive team when we have time to dissect a team and understand what they want to run. That's been one of our strengths the last few years, so we're just going to try to do it. Playoff basketball becomes half court a lot of times, and if you recognize the other team's sets and have a philosophy on defending them, then you're usually in pretty good shape. And right now we understand what Atlanta wants to run, and we're defending it pretty well.
Bill, did you know the Bulls would step it up the way they have in these two games?
Well, no one can be guaranteed of anything in life, right, except taxes and death. That's the two things. And so, I was assured that I felt that we'd have energy. But, watching the games last night of, Cleveland and of the L.A. Clippers and Houston, you could just see teams came out the second game, played harder, played determined, and a lot of teams didn't rise to the challenge. And, of course, as a coach, you're always worried that your team isn't going to play hard or be ready to adjust to that hard play of the underdog or the guys that are one game down. And I was disappointed when I went in at half and they had really initiated the action, I felt, the whole first half, but we got it back the second.
Michael, this makes the Atlanta success against you in the regular season look fairly meaningless. Do you agree with that?
Well, it's not over yet. When it's over, then I answer to that. But right now, we got a 2-0. Yeah, it's looking in that favor, looking towards that. But basically, we still got one game to win, and they go home. They're going to have, I'm pretty sure, some very enthusiastic crowds there, and they're going to be very intense themselves. And I think if we can go out there and play the game that we've been playing here on the road, we can certainly put them at rest.
But the burning question, what would happen in Atlanta? Michael Jordan would still be able to score. Bobby Weiss would be angry about the results. And of all things, will Purdue on the baseline drive. And that's all the time we have. We'll see you with more next week. This is the Sports Spotlight. This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Imprint Graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch. Very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.